Today, we will go on to a topic called transaction control statements in SQL. Now, you might be knowing already what do you mean by a transaction. Now, regarding transactions, we will be learning the details about transactions later. But, to be very simple, let me tell you what do you mean by a transaction. Transaction is very simple. It is an operation. Okay, it is an operation which you do on your tables. You call it a transaction. Now, transactions, you do it either through your DML statements or through your DDL statements. Now, you very clearly know what is DML and what is DDL. Now, I'll just quickly revise. DDL is data definition language, and DML is data manipulation language. Now, when I tell DDL, it deals with the definition of a table or the structure of the table. Like very simple, your create queries, you are creating a structure of the table. Alter table, you are altering the structure of the table. Drop, you are deleting away the structure of a table. All those come under DDL statements, data definition language. Now, the same way, even we have things called data manipulation language. Like, you already have a structure of the table. You even have data inside. You are now going to play on the data or manipulate the data. Okay, deal with the data. Dealing with the data. Okay. DML, you are dealing with the data. Imagine you want to insert something into your table. It is a DML statement. Imagine you want to delete an existing thing in your table. That is a DML. Imagine you want to update. Okay, you're dealing everything with the data. You're not dealing with the structure of the table. Instead, you are dealing with the data or the content in the table. So you call it a DML statement. And in DDL, you deal with the structure of the table. Now let's come back. We were talking about transaction control statements where we deal with the operations in a table. Now, when you talk about transactions, okay, we will first talk about the state of our SQL or the default state. Okay, to be more specific, something called default state. Now, by default, you have the SQL in a status called set auto commit off. Now, what do you mean by commit and auto commit? We will be seeing after a few minutes. Now, by default, our SQL is auto commit off. Now, we can change the status. How do we change the status? We can simply give an auto commit on. Now, to learn all that, we will be learning a few SQL statements called commit and rollback. Now, we will see one by one. What do you mean by a commit and what do you mean by a rollback? Now, rollback, there are two types. Okay, there is a simple rollback and rollback to, let's say, a particular point. Okay, you can either simply roll back or you can roll back to a particular point. Now, this particular point in SQL, you call it by a name called save point. That particular point or that particular portion is called by a name called save point. Now, what do you mean by a save point? Save point is nothing but a point, like a portion. You can declare a save point like this. Just like you declare a variable in your programming, you can say save point A. You can give any name for a save point. You can even very well give a name, okay, like, a name called Nita. And instead, you can give over here like this. rollback to a particular point. Let's say rollback to Nita. So this can be anything. This can be anything, a save point. And then you can either simply roll back, like I told you over here, you either simply roll back or you roll back to a particular point. Now let's see all that with the help of SQL. Okay. Now once we start doing a few queries, you will be very clearly understanding what is all these. Now for that, let's start with a simple table. A simple table called STU, where SID is the primary key and S name is the next field. Now, I'll just insert a few things inside it. Now in my table, I've inserted 6 rows. I've inserted 6 rows, and this is now currently my status of the table. Now, always have in mind the default state of your SQL. Now, the default state of the SQL, as I told you earlier, is set, commit, off. Like, if you do not give any set statement, by default, the moment you open up your SQL, okay, I opened up my SQL somewhere over here, okay. Now, the moment I opened up my SQL, the auto commit statement is off. The auto commit status is off. And now let's see, what do you mean by this auto commit? Okay. Now look here, I'll do some magic over here. Let me first delete something from my table. Okay. Delete from STU where S underscore ID is equal to, let's say, 6. Okay. I don't want Shruti in my table. I am deleting away Shruti. Okay. Shruti has gone away from my table. Okay. One fine morning, I'm again feeling that, I don't want one more row. I don't want Marriott also. I am deleting away Marriott. And I'll just go on doing a few more things. Insert into STU values. Okay, I'll insert a new value. Let's say 5 and 6 have gone. I'm inserting a value called 7 Sneha. Okay, so hope you know what is the condition of my table. 5 and 6 have gone. Instead, 7 has come back. Now, if I give you a select statement, you very well know that, 5 and 6 will not be there. Instead, 7 will come into my table. I'm not giving a select statement so that my screen will tumble away. You will not be able to see the difference. Anyway, you know what is the output of a select statement. 5 and 6 will not be there. Instead, 7 Sneha will be there. I did a select statement, and currently this is the content of my table because I've deleted away 6. I've even deleted away 5, and instead I have inserted a 7. So, Marriott and Shruti have gone. Instead, Sneha has come. Now, in my table, I already deleted away stuff. I inserted stuff. Imagine I even update. I can do anything. One fine day, I'm feeling like, after some time, after all these delete, insert and all that, I feel that, I should not have done all that. I should have gone back to my previous status. Or I say, I should have rolled back. Roll back means, go back to the previous status. Go back to the previous status. So, I simply write over here, roll back. Okay. And they're telling me rollback is complete. They've rolled back. Or they've gone back to the previous state. Now let's do a select statement. Select from STU. Okay. If you remember, it was this, it is now this, and after that, I am doing a rollback. I did a rollback. Now let us see what is the status of my student table. Okay. It was a problem because I had to give my exit earlier. Now, anyway, I'm doing the same table. I've got 6 people, deleting away 5, 6, inserting Sneha. And now I am giving a rollback statement, and they're telling me rollback is complete. Now, once the rollback is complete, let's see what happens. I am doing a select star from SQL. Okay, now you very well know that 5 and 6 should have gone. Instead, Sneha should have come in. If you gave a select statement over here after this one row created, you would have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. And now I am doing a select star from SQL. Now, look here, what happened? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Okay, Sneha did not get in. Okay, Sneha, I had inserted Sneha. Sneha did not go in. Instead, I came back to my previous old status. Now, you know, this isn't very clear. Let us do the same thing with the help of a rollback 2. If you remember, I gave something called save point. I did give something called save point. Now let us insert a few more data. Okay, I'll insert a few more data, or let's now do an update statement. Update STU set s underscore id is equal to s underscore id plus 10. Okay, I'm doing an update statement. Okay, all the rows now it became 11, 12, 13, 14, 16. And then, you know, I'm inserting one more data, or, you know, I'll give a save point over here. I'll make a save point over here. Save point, let's say a point called ABC. Okay, I've created a save point called ABC. Now this is my save point. This portion is now my save point. And now I am inserting some data. Okay, I'm inserting a data called, let's say, 7. 7. I'm inserting Sarah. I'm inserting one more data. Let's see, 8. Anthony. Okay, I'll copy all these. I'll put this over here. Okay, I've inserted 2 data, and now I am doing a rollback. Rollback to which point? Rollback to this point called ABC. Okay, they're telling me rollback completed. Now let us see what is the status of my table. Select star from STU. Now look here, Akhil is there, Kevin is there, Manuel is there, Gloria, Shruti is there. These people know. Sarah and Anthony, they did not get into my table. Why? Because I told roll back to ABC. So, you know, roll back to ABC means that I created my save point over here. So just above the save point, okay, just above the save point, what was the status of my table? That is happening. So, you know, just before the save point, I had my save point over here at ABC. Just before my save point, I did a plus 10. Okay, so that is now actually my current status of the table. 11, 12, 13, 14, 16. Okay, and after the save point, I did a lot of things. I inserted Sarah, I inserted Anthony, I would have deleted many things, I would have updated many things. And after all that, what did I tell? Go back, roll back to ABC. So where is ABC? ABC is over here. So after the save point, whatever I did, it will not be reflected into my table because, you know, I gave a rollback to ABC. If I didn't give the statement, if I did not give the statement called rollback ABC, I would have had Akhil, Kevin, Manuel, Gloria, Shruti, Sarah, and Anthony. But, you know, I gave a statement called rollback to ABC. So come over here. Come over here. And just before that, my table status is this. Okay. All these with the plus 10. So that is what is currently my table status. Select star from STU, and then I do have all these. Okay. Now, to get a difference, now we learn about a statement called commit. Okay. Commit is nothing but, you know, make it happen. Make it happen compulsorily. Make it happen compulsorily. That is actually what you mean by commit. Okay. Like, you know, after each insert statement, you can give commit. Now, you know, let's do the same thing over here. Like, you know, I have a few entries in my table. Now let me insert. I can insert one by one. Let me insert a few details. I've inserted init, and then after init, I gave the statement called commit. And then, I am also inserting, let's say, Vinesh. After that, also, I am compulsorily giving a commit statement. And let's say I create a new save point, a save point called DEF. Okay. And after the save point DEF, let's say I'm giving a delete statement. Okay. I'm giving a delete statement. SID is equal to, do you have a 16? Yeah. Delete away Shruti. Delete away Shruti. Okay. I do give a commit even after that. Okay. But mind you, I have done a save point. I have done a save point, and after the save point, I have deleted away Shruti. So, as of now, if I look into my table, it should be select star from STU. If I look into my table, I will have all my things. Okay. 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16. I deleted it. That is why. Okay. I'll have a new entry 27, 37. I have a new entry 27, 37. And my 16, it went away. I did have 16. 16 went away. And now my table status is this much. Akhil, Kevin, Manuel, Gloria, Annette, and Vinesh. And remember, I do have a save point called DEF. Okay, I do have a save point called DEF. And now I'm planning to roll back. Now I am planning to roll back to my save point called DEF. Getting such an error because I created a save point. I created a save point somewhere over here. But look here, I did a commit. I did a commit. And after the save point also, I did a commit. After creating a save point, I did a commit, which means it should compulsorily go inside my table. Okay, I did my delete. The delete operation, it should go into my table, which means 16 has gone. I even give a commit and compulsorily 16 should have gone back. And now I am telling, go back to DEF. Go back to DEF. Go back to DEF means what? Come to this just previous commit statement. Come back to this particular condition, 27, 37, without 16. But I did give a commit statement over here. Because I gave a commit statement after my DEF, it is actually, it is illogical. It is illogical because, I give a commit, which means I compulsorily say that it should be deleted away from my table. Okay, I'm deleting away 16, compulsorily delete it off. And then now I'm telling, go to DEF. Go to my save point called DEF, which means, go to this particular condition, which is actually insensible. That is why I'm getting an error called save point DEF never established. Why was it not established? It was not established because, I did give a commit statement over here. In my same old table, I do have all these details. I am inserting Akhil, making him enter compulsorily commit. I've even entered Anika, compulsorily go inside commit. I've inserted Fatima. I'm not giving a commit statement from Fatima. Just before Fatima, I did give a save point called XYZ. Now, when I insert my table, I do have all the details till Vinesh. Okay. I am even having Akhil and Anaka inside. I'm having Akhil and Anaka inside. I am even having Fatima inside. So this is the current status of my table. Now, I am rolling back. I'm rolling back to my statement, to my save point called XYZ. Okay. Now I'm not having an error. Mind you, earlier I did get an error because, I did give a, after my save point, I did give a compulsorily commit, which is illogical. And then I'm telling them to roll back, which is illogical. I got an error over here telling that you could not establish a save point called DEF. But here I am not getting an error because, after the save point creation, I did not give a commit. So there is no error. Let's see what is the status of a table now. select star from STU. Okay, I do have all the details except Fatima. Why the lady called Fatima did not get in? Because, when I gave rollback to XYZ, it came here, rollback to XYZ, just before what all happened, that is there. After the save point, I've told my SQL, just save all what is there before. Whatever comes after that, just simply ignore it. So, this Fatima insertion, it came after the save point. After when I do my rollback, Fatima does not enter into my table. We'll now learn set auto commit on. Okay. Now till now auto commit was off. Now I'm doing auto commit on, which means you need not give a commit statement every time. So let's see how you do it. I'll insert a few details, and I'll delete because my table is too big now. Okay, I'll deleting away SID equal to 11. I'll even insert something. Or even update. I was copying what is already available. 57. Okay, I didn't delete, I didn't insert. I'm putting it over here. Okay, now look here. Because auto commit is on, look here, when I delete a statement, together with this message, I will even get a commit. It is equivalent to you delete it and then you give a commit statement. Okay, if you remember earlier and all here when we did, look here, I inserted and then I compulsorily gave a commit statement. Okay, so when it is auto commit on, this happens automatically. You are inserting it together with it compulsorily. You are inserting it. Okay, so that is what is happening over here when you give it auto commit on. You deleted, compulsorily it is deleted. You insert, it is compulsorily inserted. Okay, now imagine I give a save point. Imagine I give a save point, let's say BBB. Okay, and after the save point, let's say I am deleting away something. I am deleting away something. Let's say I'm deleting away Vinesh 37. So remember, auto commit is on. So the moment you delete, it compulsorily gets deleted. Okay, and now I am telling rollback to BBB. Look here, I'm getting an error. Okay, why? Because I created a save point, perfect. I am deleting it. It got deleted, but remember, auto commit was on, which means a commit happened. So there is actually no relevance in giving a save point in a auto commit on, because by default it is on. So you're telling make this not to happen. After the save point, you're doing something, and then when you're doing a rollback, what you mean is after the save point, what all happened, make that not to happen. But that is actually again illogical. So rollback, it is not going to work on your auto commit on your save points. It will not work. It is illogical to work on save points and auto commit on. So let's do this again. Select star from STU. Okay, you have something. Now I'll just delete away 12. I'll delete away Kevin. And then I'm inserting, let's say, 22, Jacinta, two statements, that will do. Okay, I'm deleting something, I'm inserting something. Okay, auto commit on. So compulsorily it came in, and now I'm telling rollback. Now I'm telling rollback. Okay, they're telling rollback is okay. Rollback is fine. But rollback save point, auto commit on, it will not work. Now let's see what is the status of a table. Okay. You are telling to delete away 12. Okay, 12, Kevin, that did go away. That did go away. No issues. After that, you told insert Jacinta. Okay, Jacinta did come in. What happened over here is rollback. It went back up till the previous commit. Okay, this rollback, what happened is this operation, it was taken in. It was taken in. But this operation, this stuff, this Kevin 12 stuff, that was avoided. So, my normal table, it was taken in. This delete, it happened because, I gave a commit. Jacinta, it got inserted because I gave a commit. So, rollback also, it doesn't have a much of relevance because you're not going back to the previous state. You're not going back to the previous state. Why? Because auto commit was on. You compulsorily made all the statements before that happened. So, you give rollback, just goes back to the current thing. So, this happened, even this happened. So that is what happens in auto commit on.